The rain in Ohio didn't wash things away. It only made the scent of rust and old oil cling tighter to the air. Ethan Miller stood in the center of the cramped, dimly lit garage, his Italian leather shoes looking out of place on the oil-stained concrete. To the world in Detroit, Ethan was a visionary, the man who redesigned the silhouette of modern luxury cars. To this town, he was just the son of grumpy Tom who had run away 15 years ago and never looked back. His father, Tom Miller, was gone. A heart attack behind the wheel of a rusted Chevy had claimed him a week ago. Now Ethan was back to sign the papers and sell the scrap metal that his father called a legacy dot in Ethan's memory. His father was a man of iron and silence. He remembered the shouting match on his 18th birthday when Tom had snatched Ethan's portfolio for the Parsons School of Design and tossed it toward the wood-burning stove. "Art doesn't put gas in the tank, Ethan," Tom had roared. "You learn the wrench, or you leave." Ethan had left that night. He had scraped through college on anonymous grants and sheer spite. Fueled by the image of his father's grease-stained hands destroying his dreams. As he moved toward the back of the garage, he sought the heavy, red snap-on tool chest. It was the only thing in the shop that wasn't covered in a layer of dust. It was locked. Ethan grabbed a pry bar, the metal cold and familiar in his hand, and forced the lid open with a violent groan of protesting steel. He expected to see wrenches. He found a museum. At the very top lay a thick leather binder. Ethan opened it, his breath hitching. Inside were his original sketches from high school, the ones he thought had burned. The edges were cinched, black soot marking the corners where Tom must have reached into the flames to save them. Underneath the drawings were years of newspaper clippings. Every interview Ethan had ever given. Every blurry paparazzi photo of him at a gala. Every press release from the motor company, all carefully cut out and laminated. Then he found the ledger. It wasn't a business record. It was a log of payments. Small, steady increments of $500, $1,000, sent every semester for 4 years to a New York university. Beside the final entry, in his father's cramped, shaky handwriting, it read, "Sold the '67 Mustang today. Kids' tuition is covered. Don't let him know it was me." He needs to think he did it on his own so he never feels he owes a man like me anything. Ethan collapsed onto an old tire, the weight of the truth crushing him harder than any grief. His father hadn't hated his art. He had been terrified for it. He had played the villain so that Ethan would have the fire to escape a life of broken knuckles and debt. At the bottom of the chest lay a single, hand-drawn blueprint on a piece of greasy cardboard. It wasn't a professional design, but a father's dream. A crude drawing of a sleek car with an arrow pointing to the driver's seat. Next to it, Tom had written, "My son, the artist." 2 months later, at the International Auto Show in Detroit, Ethan Miller stood before a crowd of thousands to unveil the Milleress, a vehicle designed for safety and endurance. Affordable for the working class. He didn't wear his usual designer suit. He walked onto the stage wearing a faded, navy blue work jacket with a patch over the heart that read, "Tom's Auto." "People ask me where I got the inspiration for this design," Ethan said, his voice thick but steady, looking at the bright lights that finally felt like they belonged to both of them. "I didn't find it in a studio. I found it in a lock tool chest in a small garage in Ohio. It was designed by a man who couldn't draw, but knew exactly how to build a future.